the point is when people aren't intentional about creating culture, that's when it goes wrong.
Mm. Very good. So you and I really like that. I mean, we obviously kind of have that idea or that phrase that leaders define culture, and they define it because of the way that they behave every single day.
Yeah.
It's a little twee, but what you do is often an awful lot more important than what you say. You do what you believe in, and I think my observation, I think sometimes in terms of where organizations kind of get the culture piece wrong, is I actually don't think building culture is complicated. I just think it's very, very hard. And I think what we try and often make it is very complicated but easy. It doesn't require much of people. And I think what you're saying is at the heart of a good understanding of culture is we're talking about behavior and we're ultimately talking about the embodiment of behavior as being the single most important factor of driving consistency in terms of the way that culture is lived out. I think the bridge, and you talked about this earlier, that I'd kind of reflect on is some of the kind of work that, again, the harder work that I think is sometimes missed is the translation of slightly twee and abstract value statements to actual behaviors, because it leaves a little bit, to say that we act with integrity. It's like, well, that's lovely. Hopefully, most organizations do that. But what does that actually mean for us in the way that we show up every day? Like, what does that mean we do and don't do practically? And I think that little step of this is what being a person of integrity means in this organization, I think is what begins to create difference. And as you say, the costly thing is, are we prepared, really prepared to hold ourselves and other people accountable to actually living and embodying a culture? I think is costly. That's a hard work right there.